Barbara. And this week, of course, is the 10-year anniversary of the Black Forest fire. We have brought you a series of stories about how it all unfolded, what caused it, what was lost.
Yeah, tonight we have an update on the recovery so far and whether it could happen again. Here's KRDO News Channel 13's Bart Bedsole.
Just outside Falcon, Scott McNabb is carefully cutting slabs from a ponderosa pine. They will eventually become benches after they are cleaned up and coated with a special resin.
Has a nice clear finish on it.
For the last 3 years, he has made various types of furniture and wall decorations, and business is good.
I'm telling you, they come from all over.
Maybe too good.
From now until December, it's crazy.
Part of the reason for that is because the wood he uses was recovered from Black Forest. The demand for his products is proof that many people want to remember what happened in 2013.
They just want to be able to have something that they can remember the forest by.
But today, there are far more dead trees standing or on the ground than Scott could ever put to good use.
That was our barn, which burned.
Terry Stoka was one of the lucky ones. His home was spared thanks to this precision drop of fire retardant directly over his house on Peregrine Way in the northwest corner of the burn scar that coated and protected it from the fast-moving flames.
We had a lot of scrubbing to do.
Terry was part of Black Forest Together, one of several groups that pitched in to clean up dead trees and damaged homes. But that group no longer exists, and Terry estimates that roughly half the land that burned hasn't been touched, largely due to the cost of the cleanup.
The cost to bring a tree service in with chippers and all of that is probably close to $3,000 an acre.
Multiply that by a few dozen acres in some cases, and you can see why there are still scenes like this.
How does that make you feel?
Unfortunately, it makes me feel bad because it makes me feel like what we see is kind of what's going to stay for a long time.
His other concern is it could happen again. He estimates that a third of Black Forest, just over 14,000 acres, burned. The rest is still at risk. And unlike government land, where crews from the U.S. Forest Service or El Paso County can come in and remove dead and low-hanging branches to thin out the forest and reduce the risk of fire, nearly all the land here is privately owned, meaning the burden of doing the work or paying for it falls on the individual property owners.
It really does.
Or the volunteers willing to help them out. You might say Scott is doing his part, but it will take a few million more cuts to clean up what's left and bring the forest back to a condition where a fire of similar size couldn't happen again. Another program no longer around is Trees for Tomorrow, where people with young, small trees can dig them up as a way of clearing out their own property and donate them to people who lost trees in the fire. However, as part of the 10-year anniversary, another similar program is now coming to life. It's called Regrow to Restore, and its mission is the same. To find more details about that program and to see extended coverage of the Black Forest fire 10 years later, go to KRDO.com. Bart Bedsole, KRDO News Channel 13.